Hello to everyone. I'm so excited to see everyone. I am Hope. And Mag, of course, came in so quickly. Um, I love it. I love it, Mag. I'm here in studio. I've just been, I know. And look at the curls. I know it. I know it. I know it. I know it. Um, I'm here in studio. I'll turn this around. I'm recording for YouTube. Have to step it up a notch, have to step it up a notch. So that's what I've done. So as you're seeing me evolve, you're seeing the look evolve, you're seeing even the effort I'm putting into it, you got to evolve, which is what I am doing. Um, so thank you. Hi, Red Baby G. I'm fantastic. I have, let's see. It says I think so. Is this an example of what an epiphany means? Somewhat. I just, you know what? The full moon as well as the eclipse was last night, and I woke up like, yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go. I'm hungry. Let's go. Let's go to the studio. This is the look. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. Let's go. Like, I'm just hungry. So, somewhat. I disappear and I come back and I'm ready and I'm beautiful and I'm in the studio and I just went on. I share with everyone the things that I use. So I went on to ChatGPT just to provide me with a hi, do me, with a logo to put on the TV. Let me switch this around. Flip camera. So this is the studio I'm in, have the cameras, all of these. Listen, I'm really stepping it up. And I went on to ChatGPT and said, make me a logo so I can put it on that TV. So anyone who is doing anything of the such, you can just go on to ChatGPT and okay, you better go charge your phone, Mag. And thank you, Red Baby G, for sharing the live. Let me see. So, what you're seeing is, thank you, the rose, thank you. What you're seeing is evolution. I have to bring it up a notch. And, when the curls are moisturized and the red lipstick is on, I mean business. And so, when I mean business, I mean business. What's up, Mitt? So yeah, I have booked the studio for a few hours. I'll be here for a few hours. Thank you for the 34 roses. I will allow you to watch everything. And Red Baby G, what do you want to hear me talk about? Because this is all going on to my long form video channel. The long form video channel. You about to wrap? I can, Ryder4949, but tell me topics that you want me to talk about. Thank you for the gift, Kevin Ryder270. It's all about confidence, but I love when people come into the live and say, hey, I need help with this. Can you share a story about this? Existence like manifesting. Okay, I will talk about that. I will. Especially, I've always been big, thank you for the follow, in the law of assumption, because I just assume this is going to happen. And then I let it go. So we will talk about that, throw in more things because I have the studio for a few hours. And then I also booked a podcast studio. So I really woke up like, let's get it. And let's get it in the highest degree. And I will also share with you, this doesn't have to be an expensive undertaking. Thank you, Mitt. I think you came through because of Red Baby G. This is one of the community media access collaborative places. So this place you can join for like $12 or $200 for the year. And because of that, you can use all of the equipment, cameras, studios, podcast studio, the studio that I'm in, learn about editing, all of these things. So if anyone wants to start a YouTube or take content seriously or music or anything, it doesn't mean that you have to go and spend thousands of dollars. Look up in your area community media access because they're in every city. And I will show you. So, as I said, this is the studio I'm in. And so it's all of the cameras. I have all of the angles. It has the 3 cameras, the sound boards to keep it, so it sounds great. I will put the logo there. I was just controlling the lights. However, I share this because it doesn't have, you don't have to go out and get this equipment. Most of these places are located in every city. And if not, you can go to possibly a college. But if you want to get started in any type of content, or if you just want to bring your own content up, Google community media access collaborative because they're all over. And as I said, this is a place where you can pay like $12 or $15 a year, or maybe even less or nothing. Sure, ask it. Of course. I got biceps. I'm in tip-top shape, baby. Come on. You don't want to see the abs. You don't. Come on. It's real sexy and strong over here. And I did a pec flex, kick rocks. Go drink some water and kick rocks. No, I don't do a pec flex. Or you do a pec flex. You probably don't have defined pecs to flex. So, we got to bring it up because as I shared, there's an event I'm speaking at in exactly a month. And because of that, I'm just ready to go. I'm ready to go right now. So, we will talk about law of assumption when it comes to just confidence, because that's really how I operate. I just assume things are going to work out. I just assume things will happen for me. I just assume I am the luckiest person in the world. I just assume that today's a great day. I just assume it. So a lot of times, specifically with manifesting, the belief is I have to put into this to manifest what I want. I always have to. Really, you could call it manifesting, you could call it prayer, you could call it several things. It's really the faith that it will happen. And that can be the most difficult part, because individuals will say, well, I don't know, it didn't happen last time, it's taking too long. No. You have to be in a space where you already assume it, so you're just acting as if. The same reason why I showered and did a deep conditioner and made sure my curls are popping and put on my makeup, because I'm acting as the multi-millionaire. I'm already it. It doesn't matter if it's not in your physical. You show up as it is. You just show up as it is without any restraint. And that's with anything. If that's with a person, I just assume, of course, this person loves me. They're thinking about me. Of course. Why not? It's me. Who but me? If it's a job or something you want to do, you just assume it's yours. And without constantly seeing, is it mine? Is it for me? Is it working out? It is. There's so much going on that you won't see. There's so much going on in the universe or the heavens or the answer, whatever you want to name it, that is creating it for you. And I believe that. And I've seen that. Because as I've shared, me traveling the world, I left college. Like, I didn't care. I just knew I was going to travel the world, learn languages, do all of these things that people see online, see on documentaries, and I did it. I did it just because I knew I would. I didn't care about the how. I just knew I would. And so I operated as I did. And it takes you doing it consistently to understand, of course I can do this. Why wouldn't I be able to do this? This is for me. Even with me speaking, this is why I'm showing up and I'm in the studio, because I said, hey, if I know I'm that YouTuber, content creator, speaker, travel, whatever it is, I see myself at a certain level. Show up as that. It does not mean, and I share this because often it's thought of in the sense that, what's up, cool Aaron? If I do this, this means I have to invest. The fact is, you're investing your time. And I will always find a way. Okay, for me, the fact that I'm already it, I found a way. So now, not only is my content brought up another level, I'm not putting all of that. It's a multi-$1,000 product with a smaller investment. And I've always said, the less money you may have, the more creative you become. Also, often the thought is, I gotta have it. Listen, the less that you physically have, the more creative you become. Maybe you have to have friends to operate cameras. Maybe you go to the community college and use their studio. Maybe, and this is in the sense of creating content. With my look, I was a makeup artist, so I already know how to do that. And I already know how to do hair. However, I already see myself as that person on YouTube with millions of followers. I already see myself as that person with several streams of consistent, abundant, flowing, expanding revenue from doing what I love. From doing what I love. I didn't say working hard. Understand, I choose to create, and this is now what I'm going to speak about. I'm creating my life. My life means I get to do what I want and create a flowing, expanding, consistent, prosperous income from doing what I love, that enriches me, that enriches others, that grows, that I don't feel like I gotta do this, I'm working hard. No, I'm doing what I love. And I'm sharing this with others in hopes that they do what they love, or they believe that they can and they try. And then it's a ripple effect. It's a ripple effect. And that's what it's about for me. For you, it could be cooking. It could be being a teacher. It could be being your own boss. I've said this many times. What's up? Yeah, the whole gang is here. Mag is back. As I've said, like, my father put me in a certain position. I hate being told what to do. I won't be told what to do. So having like a supervisor, that's not really going to work, because I'm a wise butt and I know everything. And I'm also love financial abundance. I love what I love. I buy what I buy. I do what I want. I'm not asking. I'm not going to have a sugar daddy and say, hey, can you give me? If I got to ask, I'm already tired of it, which means I have to create it, which means I create it how I want to create it, which means I create it in the most positive, loving way that uplifts others and shares with others, where they do the same for themselves in the way that they found is best for them. Yeah, what is the energy that I'm going to bring today? And it takes time. It takes time. As I said, I'm 40. I've been in these streets and in these skies for a long time. I've tried a lot of things. And being a flight attendant, I was able to do what I love and have time to do other things, whether it was vintage shopping and selling vintage clothes, and then or modeling, and then understanding photography and editing and social media. I'm an avid runner, as I've shared. I love the outdoors. All of these things. Which route do I want to take it in? I was a makeup artist, and I did that for a few years until I said I love it, but not enough to invest time to take it to another level. And I had to ask myself that quickly. If you don't want to do something, that's okay. That's great if you don't want to do something. Because the thought is, well, what else can I do? Whatever you want. You can honestly do whatever you want, especially in this age. You can do whatever you want. It will take the belief. And let me share something very intimate, because I had this realization the other day, along with this full moon and this eclipse, and just a shift. I've shared about the grieving and growing through the loss of my father, and the past 4 years has been a journey for me, because I left the airline, which I loved. It's an amazing career. And I chose to say, I've done it. I love it. I don't have to leave with anger. I'm ready for a new chapter. So I left to start something else. 100% of people won't do that. And I say 100% because most people are too afraid to leave what's comfortable and what's familiar, let alone a dream occupation. Being a flight attendant is on people's vision boards. It's their dream. It's something that they've always aspired to be. And it was that for me until it wasn't. And I was honest with myself. It's time to do something else. I'm not just going to stay in this because I can fly around the world for free. I've been to so many places. I will work it up to where it doesn't matter because I have my own private plane, or I charter. Like, I dream like that. I never say that when it happened. I met people who said, you're leaving the airline? What else are you going to do? Whatever I want. So you have to understand, I'm sharing this because that makes me extraordinary. Shifting occupations and jobs will not be done by most. Most people aren't going to leave their job because they don't believe that they can succeed. They also don't want the backlash of what other people say. They also don't want the mama, the daddy, the cousin, the brother, the sister saying, what are you doing? Most people don't want to be seen trying to do anything else. They don't. They don't. It's too embarrassing. F that. You think I'm embarrassed to try to? I'm not trying. I am. That's the difference. That's the difference between you and me. I'm not trying. I'm doing it. You're trying, believing that you're failing. I'm doing it knowing that it's working. There's a big difference. There's a huge difference. Do you hear what I said? You believe you're trying and failing, and I know that I'm doing and building. And because of that, what's up, T? When I left, I took a year off. And I'm sharing this because most of you mofos can't even gift yourself a year off. Most people don't even know what it looks like to take a year off, or 4 years off, or even 3 months off, or a month off. I said, you know what, I'll take as much time as I want off until this gets going. And I know it will get going. I know it. But that's what I chose to do. No, I'm actually in the studio. I'm about to record for YouTube. I got to take it up a notch, T. We're all shifting to new levels. So I'm shifting to the level of this is hope now. So many hopefuls have been following me, and you've been seeing a journey. Now it's like, Hope, you got to shift it up a level. So I'm in a recording studio with the cameras and the angles, because the YouTube has to come up. And I have a few hours in this studio, and then I booked the podcast studio, and I booked it for the rest of the week and next week. This is it. If this is what I'm doing, let's do it. Let's do it, because I'm the best. Thank you, Jazzy Toads. So, gifting myself time off, a year off to do what I want, to run around in the meadows naked and go to waterfalls and eat papayas, all of that. Cool. After a year, let's get it. And I had to remind myself this, because I'll be honest, and I've been very transparent in this journey. There was times where I was doubting myself. Yeah, I'm the best. You are too. You are the best. You are chosen because you choose you. You are the favorite. You are the one. You're the only one. There is no competition. Say that to yourself, because it's true. I say that to myself every day. Why would I compare myself? Baby, you can't run this race with me. This race is mine. Your race is yours, but you've already won it. I'm not looking around to see what other mofos are doing. I'm too busy dreaming. I'm too busy saying, of course, yes. I'm too busy saying, yeah, I'm the one. I'm the only one. Like Beyonce says, I'm number one. I'm the only one. That's it. Feel that way about yourself. You should feel better than everyone else in whatever you do, or just in yourself. I don't take that as a negative thing. I do feel better than everyone. In everything I do. Why not? Why not? I do know, baby, you gonna love me. I don't walk in anywhere and say, I hope they like. No. People are going to love me. You will love my energy. You will love my hair. You will love my beautiful manicured nails. You will love my red lipstick. You will love my gold earrings. You will love my soft, youthful, hydrated, smooth skin. You will love me. Why not? What's not to love? Of course it's me. Why not me? And I had to tell myself this, because this is a long journey. I left from the airline. I gave myself a year off, and then I spoke every day on my Toastmasters groups on Zoom, 4 hours a day for a year, 5 hours a day, 4 days a week. Thank you, Babyface. That was my way of developing my voice for speaking and allowing people to hear me and networking and putting myself in uncomfortable situations. If I'm going to do it, my dad says, whatever you want to do it every day. If you want to do hair every day. If you want to paint nails every day. Do it for an hour, then 2 hours, then 3 hours. In a month, you're good. In 6 months, you're better. In a year, you're advanced. In 5 years, you're the best. It doesn't have to take a course and all of that. That may help you, but you have what it takes to get you to where you want to be, period. So I spoke in Toastmasters, gathered my name, started developing my voice, entered competitions, won competitions, felt uncomfortable, self-sabotaged a lot, because I have that within me. I've always been great. I was in GATE programs and all these advanced programs, but a part of that, thank you, Ask Carlene Show for the follow, was if I'm great, people don't like me. If I'm great, some people don't want to be around me. If I'm great, I'm less than, I'm not worthy, I'm not wanted, I'm different. So I don't want to be great. I want to be accepted. F that. You will accept my greatness. And if, come on in. I'm just on live. Come in. Yeah. So yeah, I think the lights are great. I'm just ready. I'm just on TikTok live. Cool. So they're watching me. Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah, we accept your greatness. Thank you. That's what it's about. It's about greatness. It's about awesomeness. It's about showing up. And what do? I talk. I look great. I encourage, I wear red lipstick, I live a great life. That's what I do. So Has it charged?
It has, but now it doesn't want, it's not booting up when it's not plugged in. I might have to grab another mic for you.
Okay, absolutely. We'll get it ready. Once it's all set, it's all set. In the meantime, I'll be on live. So once it's good to go, I'll get in the chair and start.
Okay.
So self-sabotage, had to move past that, and that comes up in so many different ways. It really does. And then started building my name speaking. When you see this gentleman, you look so happy. No, when I see me, I look so happy. It ain't a gentleman, it's me. I love a gentleman, though, let me say. I love a gentleman. So on this journey, that was 4 years ago. Started in with Toastmasters. From Toastmasters, got some other events. From that, started speaking locally. From that, had my TED Talk. Now, in all of that time, what no one knew was what is going on personally. But I kept showing up. I kept showing up. Most people, as I said, aren't even going to take the step to go after a dream. Thank you, Charlie Shops, for the follow. They will say, it's not going to happen for me. It will never happen for me. I don't want to try because I don't want to fail. Who said anything about failing? Why would you even consider I don't even consider failure. There is no failure. I didn't walk with my high school class because I was always talking and I was in all of the AP courses. So what? Life goes on. I left college. So what? I knew what I wanted. I've left relationships because I said, it ain't you, it's me, and what I want is not with you. Doesn't mean I don't care for you. It doesn't mean we haven't grown together. What it means is I'm giving myself and you the respect to say, I gotta keep going. You aren't it. Isn't that great? That's not a failure. That's being honest. Keep going. Keep going. So let's see. Did the TEDx talk, which was a freestyle because this is like divine. I guess I'm a channel. These words come to me, which already was a thing because the TED organization have a lot of rules. And I'm so proud of myself for doing that barefoot and going up there and just delivering the message. But no one actually knew that I had lost my voice. No one knew I had no voice. I had to enunciate and project my voice when my voice was done, when I had a headache, when my lymph nodes were swollen. Come in.
Hey.
Hope.
Hope.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's get these out for you.
Okay, thank you. I'm just on live, so.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah, keep going. Thank you, cool Aaron. So the TED Talk, I'm going to pin this. Yeah, it wasn't a freestyle. I'm an extemporaneous speaker. So whenever I speak, I have key points. I probably know my opening and closing, and it is a skill. Trust me, it's been practiced for quite a while. But like Les Brown, he's an extemporaneous speaker. He doesn't write his speeches. He may have some points, but it is extemporaneous, and it's something bigger than me. I'm just here to serve with the words that I give. So, did the TED Talk. Had to move back because I was in Hawaii. Then saw, and this was the end of last year, the ending of my father's life. And I speak about my father often. No one knew, because I was still showing up on live and YouTube, no one knew how detrimental that was. No one knew that I'm showing up every day after coming from the hospital, seeing my 76-year-old father in the ICU. Now, I share that because it happens. These things happen. It inspired me because I got to a point where I said, geez, I am really strong. I am really incredibly strong. I'm strong, and I want to speak at my father's funeral, which I did. I am strong because I was able to uplift my mother and my sisters and my family. I was strong because I'm now in a beautiful cycle of now I'm the child of a parent who's passed on, but I'm living through his graces. Do you need me now? Okay. And you keep going. Now, through that there was times where I was not on live at all. And I would like to put, how do I put a logo on the TV behind?
This TV?
Yeah.
We have multiple ways. Cast it, or we could connect directly.
Okay.
That's up to you.
Okay. Cast it or connect. Wow, okay. Let me see. AirPlay. Okay, hold on. Okay, connect to Wi-Fi network, choose Apple TV. I don't, just a minute, guys. Yeah, but that's easy to say, Red Baby G. I know that is a great statement, but most people do not show up when a parent dies or when something falls through. And I'm not saying that you need to, because it is something. It changes us all. I'm changed. I'm a completely different person. It just was therapeutic for me to speak. It's not through AirDrop, it's through AirPlay, right?
Yeah.
So could I use, I don't know what, hold on. Okay, because it's this.
So yeah, on the top right hand of your computer, where you could go like look at the Wi-Fi settings and stuff.
Yes.
The one to the right, where it's the two bars on top of each
Yes.
other. There you go.
Okay.
Where it says screen mirror.
Okay.
And then this should be
Studio?
Express Studio.
It just says studio.
Oh, okay.
Okay, conference rooms, CMAC Productions. Let's see, show more.
Yeah.
There we
is.
go.
It's hidden.
Okay.
Of course, the one room you want.
Yeah.
Is hidden. There you go. Just match the codes.
Okay. 0843. How exciting. This is my first time.
And then it's gonna go there.
Okay.
And now you can just full screen it.
Oh, wow. I
There you
just
go.
made this in ChatGPT.
And
Okay, so how can I make this even larger?
You could pitch the zoom,
Okay,
and
Let's
then
see. Bring it down.
yeah, just scroll.
Okay, wait. Oh,
Like if you're scrolling a web page. There you go.
oh wow.
And then I'm gonna need to go back downstairs real quick. And
Okay.
Talk to Kyle.
Okay.
I'll be back right now.
Okay, thank you. So thank you for the follows, everyone. So what I'm saying is I had to, thank you, Cool Aaron. Yeah, Kevin, I'm here. I'm sharing this because I was saying like, what am I doing? Why am I still doing this? And I get messages from people, and when I spoke at my high school a few months after my dad died, they invited me to speak and touched people. And I'm always speaking. But then I was like, what am I doing? I had to look back and say, look at what you have done. I don't care if it's this 125 people in this live. I don't care if it's the X amount of followers I have on here, or the 600 followers I have on YouTube, or the people that have seen me around the world. Hope, you got to look back and see you've just kept going. Most people aren't even going to start. And I'm saying this to encourage you. Most people aren't going to leave their job to go after a dream at all. Most people aren't even going to know what their dream is. Most people are never going to say it could be me, let alone it is me. Most people aren't going to put themselves in that uncomfortable space where it's you don't have the money and you keep showing up and no one knows. Most people aren't going to come and keep showing up with the belief I'm already it when you're not. And I had to remind myself because I know I am not most. I am extraordinary. And so are you. But if you don't believe it, it's a wrap. These mofos out here will lie to you and say, why would you do that? I would never do that. I can't do that. When I don't care what you've done. You haven't done anything. You haven't done anything. You stay about 2 blocks from your mama's house. I don't care about that. That's easy. That's easy to do. Guess what's hard to do? Venture out. Guess what's hard to do? Get your own place. Guess what's hard to do? Move to a different city or state or country. Guess what's hard to do? Make new friends when you know no one. Guess what's hard to do? Start over when you have nothing. Guess what's hard to do? Open your heart again when you were heartbroken. Guess what's hard to do? Just keep showing up. Because as I said, basically 100% of people are never going to say yes. Did you hear what I said? 100% of people. I don't give a damn. Because my point is to constantly keep bettering what I am doing in my journey. You'll never be ready. The point is to do it because you aren't ready. Yeah, and that's okay. I don't expect people to be as courageous as me. What I do expect is the others who are courageous to see, wow, Hope did it. I'm going to try. You have to understand, I woke up at 3:30 this morning like, yo, I'm going to get into the studio. I got to take it up a notch. I got to move my body. I got up and was out on a bicycle biking 10 miles this morning. I saw this. I saw the red lipstick. I saw the defined curls. I saw all of this. That's why I'm saying I'm extraordinary and so are you. If this resonates with you, and this was the message I was going to record for YouTube, so you'll hear it again. Because as I said, I'm here in a studio going to record. All right, are we all set now?
Yeah.
Okay.
These unfortunately came dead, so
yeah.
we have to use some checkout ones.
Okay. Sounds excellent. And I got that all set up. Okay. So I should have got like a... All right, so everyone can watch now because I'm just going to continue talking what I was saying. Saying what I was saying instead of talking what I was saying.
And then this one is...
Goes on me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is...
Goes on me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is...
Goes on me?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do this. There we go. I should bring to stand. I think. Where's another outlet?
Do you need it someone nearby?
Yes.
Oh, this is the fun part.
Okay. We'll make it work. We'll find it.
We
We'll
have
find
one right
it.
here.
Okay, great. Excellent. Is it just the USB? Can I put in the USB or?
Oh, you need a USB.
No. I have the block.
Oh, yeah.
I have the
Give
block.
me the block then.
Okay. All right.
Cool. Thank
Excellent.
you.
With pleasure. Yeah, Shabazz. Thank you, Playboy. I sure do look amazing. I better.
There you go.
I'll use this as a stand.
And then
Okay, so this is on?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then go ahead and just talk for me real quick. Let's do a little
Okay.
test.
Let's test. Test 1, 2, test 1, 2. Test 1, 2.
Which camera is this? This is gonna be two.
Test 1, 2. Oh, I need to change this light. Can I? Ah, yes. I do want. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay. I see stuff bouncing.
Okay, you
Cool.
do. You do.
And then recording on here.
Okay, so all three. Is there a way I can actually see the cameras from sitting down here?
Yes.
Excellent. I can shift those. So I can maneuver myself. So as I said, yeah, I need a bit more. How do I stay so slim? Well, it's genetics, but I also rode a bike for 10 miles this morning. I just move every day, and I need those lights back on because it's looking a bit too dark. Let's see. I'll still switch it around. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you. I drink a bunch of water. I eat all whole foods. It's a bunch of things. I stretch. Okay. So.
What is this connected to? Oh. Okay, now stuff is making sense. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, if we need to shift anything around, let me know. You said the lighting looks great on you.
This over here.
Okay, everyone can watch as I just try to angle everything. So, if I sit in this seat, I want to get the best. All right, which button do I press just to start the record?
It is the record button right here.
Okay, and then I'm good to go.
Yes.
Okay.
I know Kyle was helping you out earlier.
Yeah.
Did he make sure that it's recording all cameras?
I don't believe so.
Okay, I'll do that
Yeah.
real quick for you.
Okay. Can I angle? I love the lighting.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, once you're ready to record, you just hit this button right here, and then it's the green light. It'll turn red, and then you're good to go.
Okay, so this one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I will just kind of shift. I can move the chairs around.
Yeah, you can move anything around.
Okay, good. I'm going to do that now.
Cool.
Thank you. Tell me your name.
My name is Ben.
Ben,
Yeah.
thank you.
If you
Hope.
need any help, Hope. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you need any help, call the front desk,
Okay.
and they'll send one of us up here.
Okay,
Cool.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
So as I said, let me tell everyone what's happening because you are watching. We got to bring it up a notch. And don't you love this jumpsuit? You know I love a jumpsuit. I love this jumpsuit. I am recording for my YouTube. And I am in a community media access center. So I shared that with everyone. I know the divine will show you the truth, nothing less than beautiful and healthy. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, what's up, Lady T? What's up, Lady T? 10 miles per day. What are you eating? Do you eat Heck no, I don't eat 3 times a day. That's way too much food. I don't eat too much. I hydrate and I actually eat according to my cycle. well. So it depends if it's like my follicular phase or what. I eat for what my body needs. If my skin feels dry, I'll eat more avocados or something of this nature. But I don't say I eat lunch and breakfast and everything else. I eat according to what I need. And I make most of my food. It's all of that. I'll speak about that. Maybe we'll speak about that too. So what I shared is, let me share everything. This is like a community access center because I said I got to bring my YouTube up. And so this is a room that I rented for the rest of the week. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for all of the gifts. The logo on the back, I just went to ChatGPT and I put, create me a logo that I will put on a television screen for my YouTube channel, and ChatGPT made that. So it just made it, and I now have it on that screen. And I'm sharing this because anyone who wants to create content or create, there's ways to do it. And you don't have to do everything. There's AI, there's free resources. As I said, this community access center has everything. So this is, I'll be able to see all the feedback from all three cameras. There's 3 cameras that will record as well as the Mac. It's soundproofed. The TV in the back with the logo, all of the lighting, which I'm going to adjust now because the lighting is a big deal, and you can do it. So let me just adjust the lighting, and then we've already really started on the message, but I'm going to continue it because, again, the YouTube is the same title as my name here. Let me look at these lights. Oh no, I definitely need those. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so I would prefer, like, okay, I'm gonna keep this one. I'm gonna move this chair because I don't need 2 chairs. This is, next time I will have my assistants doing all of this. What's up, Marquita? Okay. So, let's see. I'm looking at all of my camera angles because I want to be able to, okay, that is camera 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that is camera 3. No. Okay. I need more light. And I want a tighter angle. Okay. So I'm learning in real time because although I have all of the things, okay, that's good, that's good, that's good. I kind of want it to be closer. Let me fluff up my hair. This is so much fun. I'm so excited. So, hey, everyone help me out. Let's see what color is best for behind. The green is kind of cool. I kind of like, I'm not showing you any of my biceps. You can go and cash at me if you want me to, if you want to see my biceps. Stop asking these silly things. Okay, so the green is cool. Then there's the blue, which is always nice, but then Beyonce said you can't put blue on a black girl. Orange, let's try that. Let's see. There's purple, yellow, pink. Yeah, the orange is kind of cool. I just need, because I'm watching all of the feedback here. I would like, that means if I sit back, this is kind of cool. This is kind of cool. I'm kind of liking this. It's a real like relaxed look. The orange I'm feeling. Now, maybe I should bring this up because on my, from what I'm looking at, you don't see the speaking, you just see Hope Is. So let me see if I can bring the TV up. I think. Yay! Let's see if we can see that better. Yeah, so, but then it has the lights there. So I could possibly, no, but if you look on my page, I have a lot of things that I've cooked, because I make a lot of things plant-based, but this is also genetics. Like, the fact is, as I said, I'm extraordinary, baby. Ugh. Okay. How is this? How does this look? How is this looking? So we were talking about being extraordinary. I'm gonna look at the time because I have an hour in this studio more, and then I booked the podcast studio. So we, what's inverted? Oh, yeah, thank you. Well, oh, it's inverted there, but on my screens here, it's not. So I don't know because the screens here, and this is the feedback for my cameras, and it'll look inverted on yours. Let me do, I can mirror the, I think it's because I was mirroring the video. Okay, so lastly are the lights that I'm going to adjust because I like lighting, bright lighting. Let's see how that looks. That's more of a white light. can also change the lighting in post. So I just want to be sure. No, I don't eat 3 meals a day. I do not. I think this looks okay. I keep fluffing my hair out and then we'll just start talking. Because this is my first time in studio, so I'm learning as I'm going. And I share this. Yeah, 3 meals a day isn't needed. It's not needed. I eat, like I had some oatmeal today. Before I went bike riding with my friend, I had a pesto provolone bagel with avocado and salt and pepper and a bunch of water, a cup of black tea. I actually haven't had that much. I don't really need that much. Outside of that, I'll eat after, but I don't really follow any regimen. I will eat what I want, but I'm particular about what goes into my body. So, I'm just fluffing out my hair, and we're going to, yes, this is good enough to record here. I kind of want it closer. This is the first one. So regardless, it will get better. And again, I'm sharing this because also often the thought is it has to be. This is the first studio recording. I will learn, I will get better, I will grow, and that's what it's about. That's exactly what it's about. Now, I need to adjust my cameras again. So, just a minute. Let's see. No, that one actually needs to move to like here. Is that? Oh, that's camera 3. Okay. Okay, so I like camera 3. I like camera 2. I think I will bring this one just a little closer. It's crazy that Fifi and what you set up. Yeah. Well, we had over 100 and something, so people came in. Fellow Jamaican Lisa, how many meals? What's with the meals per day? I don't think it's about how many times you eat per day. It's really what you eat and your activity level. Okay, so that's camera 1. Camera 3 can be brought back. Oh, jeez. Okay, so that's camera 3. Camera 3 needs to be, I've been shifting these cameras around so much. Okay, so let's, Okay, I think, see, I lean in a lot. So if I lean in, I need camera 3 to be taken up. I think this is good enough. I think this is good enough. Or maybe the secret is to, well, it's not, I love cookies. I'll get some cookies after this. No, you have to nourish yourself with food. So it's more about knowing how to nourish yourself. And food is not an enemy, it's there to aid us. So it's not that I don't think about food. If I'm busy, like right now, I'm not thinking about food, but I typically don't. However, I'm not. If most people wouldn't be able to follow my regimen. I mean, if I get up, I usually get up and have a little room temperature water with apple cider vinegar on an empty stomach for the first 30 minutes to an hour. Then I would go into water and then tea and maybe oatmeal or a piece of fruit, maybe. I don't just think, okay, it's breakfast, I need this, this, and this. It just really depends. Oh, yay, Tiffany. Okay, yes. And flight attendant was, I guess, my second adulting job. But yeah, we will talk about that. I'm here just about to press record to record my first in-studio YouTube. And what I was talking about was, let's do what makes you extraordinary. And that's what we're going to do. So I am going to press record, and we are going to go, because I have about 50 minutes left in this studio. And I'm ready to go. Okay, so it's recording. Everyone who's in the chat, follow me on YouTube, because maybe I'll put this up tonight. I don't know. I think I will be able to edit it and put it up. But this is showing my level up. So I'm going to get started now. And I have water with me, a huge canteen of water. So I'm going to start my YouTube recording now. I am Hope, and this is Hope is Speaking, where I speak about all things amazing, positive, motivational, and the life lessons that we learn. And I'm so excited because this is my first in-studio recording for my Hope is Speaking YouTube channel. And this is because I'm extraordinary. You're extraordinary. You've always been extraordinary, but you just continue to tell yourself that you're not, because it's easy. It's easy to say, I'm not extraordinary. There's nothing special about me. There's no way I could do something that would go beyond how I see myself. And I share that because I know I'm extraordinary. And if I'm extraordinary, you are too. And I share that because I chose to say, if I'm extraordinary, I have to take it up a notch. Looking at all of my other YouTube content, it is typically my lives from TikTok, which I am streaming on now. Follow me on TikTok, Hope is Speaking. I love my TikTok. I love the hopefuls, which are the people that are positive and enterprising and love to laugh. And I also have other contents. I have meditations, affirmations. However, I got to a point where I said, I am extraordinary, so I must show up as that. And so that's why you're seeing the studio and you're seeing the logo in the back, because if you are extraordinary, you show up as that. But also often you will not believe that you are extraordinary. And I was speaking about why you are extraordinary, why we're all extraordinary, and why we don't believe we're extraordinary. The real reason is most people aren't. The gag is most people are not extraordinary, and it's because they're afraid. Because if you know you're extraordinary, that means you have to show up as extraordinary. If you are extraordinary, that means there's more in you. There's more in you than you are currently showing up as today. And what does that mean? Well, when I say most people will not do this, most people will not show up, it's because I know the difficulty that it is to show up as extraordinary. I know the difficulty that it is to say there's something more for me and I'm going to go and get it. I'm hungry for it. I gotta have it. It's me. Why not me? Of course it's me. I tell myself that because why not? There's a quote from Les Brown that says, strive to be at the top because it's the bottom that's crowded. And while I'm streaming on my TikTok live, there was someone that said, hey, Hope, being a flight attendant was my first adulting job. And it was like my second adulting job. However, it was the pivotal occupation that got me to this moment here. And it's because I was able to accomplish that dream of traveling the world. But that's what people saw. What no one saw was everything that was happening behind the scenes. And when I was first hired by the airline, it was in 2006, and I moved from Central California to my first base, which was Washington, D.C. Now, that first move was my first move outside of my parents' house. However, I just knew I didn't want to stay in my hometown. So there was never a fear of, am I going to meet someone? How am I going to do this? Am I going to have friends? How am I going to furnish my place? That was never the thought. The thought was, I'm extraordinary. I'm getting the heck out of my hometown. That is it. And so when I moved to originally Alexandria, Virginia, me and a fellow flight attendant who was in training with me found a townhome and we moved in together. And within 90 days, that flight attendant actually moved out on me while I was on a trip. I was actually in London at the time. And so I came back from my trip and walked into my home and saw a majority of my items gone. Now, even thinking about that, if you have a roommate who just moves out, that's difficult. But imagine a roommate that could be anywhere in the world. You can't just go to their place of business and find them. That added an extra stress. And so when I say I'm extraordinary, that was a pivotal moment because I could have easily said, this person moved out on me. What am I going to do? The rent is due. I can't find the person. I might as well move back home. I'm extraordinary. That was never going to happen. That was never a thought in my mind. In fact, I immediately thought, I can figure this out. I can figure this out. I will figure this out. Because the other option is me going back home. And I'm not going back home. I committed to changing my life by becoming a flight attendant and flying around the world and becoming a Renaissance woman and meeting and leaving men in the countries I met them in and growing myself as a human being through traveling the world. I'm not going back. There is no going back. And when I share about being extraordinary, that is the only decision. There is no decision to go back, because going back means I don't get to blossom into who I know I am to be. What it means is when I grow through this character building experience, I've leveled up. I've leveled up. So immediately I thought, okay, how much money do I have? Because the first is coming. And is there someone I can reach out to? Because my rent was like $1,500, and this was back in 2006. And is there someone I could reach out to that could help compensate? How much time do I have? I just went to work because there was no option of going back home. That wasn't going to happen. And then I thought, oh, I can just sublet a room. So within this time, and I had about maybe 7 to 10 days, because she had left right at the end of the month. So the first of the month came and I had my portion. I didn't have the full portion, and I had to figure out how to get the rest within that time, because this was Virginia, the Commonwealth. Anyone who lives in Virginia knows the Commonwealth does not play. And I chose to go on to Craigslist, and I wrote something in the roommate sublet section saying, hey, flight attendant, often gone, 700, everything included. That would be utilities, that would be internet, and there was parking in front of the townhome. And I immediately got someone. So my rent was $1,500. Someone came in and they were paying $700. Now what they didn't know is I had already negotiated the utilities for the entire year. So it was broken down into increments every month. I think it was anywhere between $25 to $37. And the internet, we had somehow also brokered a deal. It was very low. So let's say everything extra was $50. So $750 is what I had to pay. I charged someone to rent out the room, the additional room, for $700. So off of the top, I already have $700 covered. And I also asked for a $700 deposit. So not only do I have the deposit, roughly with my part included, I had $2,100. And this all was happening while the first came and went, while I had the eviction papers on the door, while I was trying to figure out, but I knew it was going to work out. So there was never a time where I thought, this isn't going to work, I'm going to have to move back home. No, if you're extraordinary, you believe that it will work in your favor. That's it. Because the thinking of, it's not going to work in my favor, I'm going to have to leave, this always happens to me, why would she do this, why is this happening to me, that doesn't steer me in the direction of staying in the place, staying at this job, and figuring it out. You got to figure it out. That's what it's going to take, figuring it out. When you are extraordinary, these are the points that you focus on. You're not focusing on the stress. You're not focusing on why the person moved out. That does not even matter. What are you going to do about it? And that's all I was thinking. What am I going to do about this? Because the eviction papers are on the door, and it's the 3rd. And by the 5th or the 7th, the sheriff was going to come and escort me out. So the person that responded to my Craigslist posting said, "This is great. I travel often. I live between this place and this place. I would like to look at the place." They came in, they looked at the place. They said, "Oh, it's great. All right, here's the deposit. I'm moving in." Don't you know, the day that the sheriff was supposed to come, I actually handed in the money to the rental office. The whole time, I was never stressed out. I'm extraordinary. I'm going to make this work, because the other option is moving back home. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. But no one actually saw that. If you would have saw me flying my first year, you would have never actually heard this story. You would have saw me gallivanting around the world. No one actually saw that happen. These are all the things that happen behind the scenes. And this is my first year of flying. So I was also adjusting to this whole lifestyle, because being a flight attendant isn't a normal job that you clock in and clock out. It is a lifestyle. It is adjusting to time zones. It is, you have to be completely disciplined. No one is calling you and saying, "Hope, get out of your bed, get ready, be at the airport." You have to be a self-starter, or it's not going to work for you at all. And you got to adjust real quick. You also have to adjust to, there's a lot of movement. You got to adjust to, you're all around the world. Now, again, this is 2006. So as far as Uber, even Wi-Fi, that was really non-existent. So it's a lot easier now. But I wasn't even focused on that, because I'm extraordinary. If the other option is me complaining about how much money I'm not having, me complaining about not having sleep, me not focusing on all of the benefits of this new career, would take me out of my space of being extraordinary, and I'm extraordinary. And I'm reminding you of that to remind you of your greatness, of you being extraordinary. I'm not going back. Leave them whippersnappers and those mofos back in the hometown. I ain't going back. When you see me, it's going to be because it's a holiday, or I chose to come back home to see my parents, which I did. Even though I lived on the East Coast, I always promised my mom I would come home for Christmas. So every year, with the exception of one, so for 14 years, I would come home for Christmas. I would also come home for my parents' birthdays, my siblings' birthdays during summer. I would come home anywhere from 4 to 6 times a year. And I always lived far from California. So the person moved in, and all the expenses was covered. Now, I was also living with a boyfriend at that time, so I rented out the other room and charged them the same thing, $700. I'm telling you this because you got to be quick. You got to be able to make it work. I didn't care about my first year's salary, because the best thing that happened was her moving out on me, because now I'm staying at my boyfriend's, but I have 2 people subletting the rooms. So I have $1,400 of the $1,500 rent paid. So I was only paying $100 and utilities. So when I was hearing other flight attendants saying how they couldn't afford or they couldn't keep up, that's not an option, because I'm not going back. And the other thing was, I was a makeup artist for makeup companies. And so when I moved to DC, I reached out to the makeup companies and said, "Hey, I'm a makeup artist. I'm a new flight attendant. I have an open schedule. I would love to work on the days I'm off." They said, "Sure, Hope. Sure. Give us a call on the days that you're off and come in." I'm sharing all of this because there was no going back. And there was no complaining about what I don't have and how hard it is. That isn't going to work. To be extraordinary, you make a way out of no way. To be extraordinary, you see all of the benefits in anything that's not working for you. To be extraordinary means I'm just going to make it. I don't care what y'all are doing, but I am making it. I am making it today. I am making it because I'm the greatest. I am making it because I'm extraordinary. And I'm able to see the entire world. You think I'm going to go back and just kick it with y'all? No. I'm going. I'm growing. I'm experimenting. I'm learning. I'm breaking the old mold of me to develop me into who I was born to be. And that's what it takes to be great. What it takes to be great is to ask yourself, when anything happens that you believe is working against you, how am I learning from this? What am I learning from this? How can I grow in this moment? What is this showing me about myself? How can I use this to my benefit? I asked myself all of those things. And furthermore, I just said, the other option isn't working, so I got to make this work. That's being extraordinary. That's being extraordinary. I don't complain, I adapt. And that's a line from Big Sean. Listen, if you complain with the solution. Because if you're not complaining with the solution, you just are giving an empty response. I don't care what has happened. What are you going to do about it? That is the difference between being extraordinary and just being. Being one of the average. Being one of the others. Being one of the people that will never believe in themselves enough to try. Not only am I trying, I'm succeeding. I'm exceptional. I'm extraordinary. I am great. I am greatness. It is me. I am the one. I am a winner. I'm the best, baby. Do you hear this voice? I'm the best. I'm going to make it work. I'm going to make it work because the other option is going back home. I ain't going back home. I didn't care if I didn't have enough to buy groceries. Guess what? The groceries are going to be the orange juice from the plane and the milk from the plane and the snacks from the plane and all of those other things. So, I'm sharing this because no one saw this happening. No one saw me crying. And this is a part of being extraordinary. You're going to have to feel discomfort. I talk to everyone. That's why they love me. Everyone loves me. What's not to love? I talk to everyone. From California, my father is a gregarious, positive person. My mother is lovable and always laughing and smiling. I love to talk. Can't you see? I'm going to talk to you. If you're in the line with me, I'm going to talk. But it is slightly different on the East Coast, which I learned. However, I remember crying in that beautiful townhome and calling my mom and saying, it's like, I know it will change, but it's difficult. Because I didn't know anyone. I didn't care about knowing anyone. It was about knowing me. And I'm sharing this because this is what you don't see. I make it look easy. No one will see you crying just because everything is different. Not only do you not know anyone, I'm still adjusting to this new career. I'm still adjusting to getting phone calls at 2 a.m. to be at the airport at 5 a.m. and trying to figure out how to get to the airport because I didn't have a car. And I also didn't have a car purposely because I knew I was a first-year flight attendant. Let me think, money-wise, if I don't have a car, first of all, I won't have a payment. I wouldn't have a payment anyway because I would just buy a car full out cash. However, if I don't have a car, I don't have to pay for upkeep. I don't have to pay for gas. I don't have to pay for insurance. That's all money that goes back into me. Do you hear what I'm saying? To actively think of these things is what makes me and you extraordinary. Instead of complaining and saying, I don't have any money, I'm a first-year flight attendant, I can't make it work. Maybe you're going to have to get rid of that car and learn how to take the Uber. Or there was no Uber at this time. It was 2006. You got to learn how to take the train. You got to learn how to take the bus. You got to learn to meet some dude so you could call him and say, hey, could you take me to the airport? Which I did. You're a beautiful girl. Learn to make it work. I'm extraordinary. That's what it takes to be extraordinary. You won't hear me complain, especially about money. Listen, the less money you have, the more creative you become. And honey, if you are a beautiful single girl, you should always be out eating dinner. Okay? Somebody's taking you out or inviting you out. And I say that honestly. I love being in the company of great people. I do. And if you offer me a dinner, now it's a little bit different. But then if you offer me a dinner, I'm coming. I'm extraordinary, and I'm going to eat this extraordinary food. And then I'm going to say thank you and go home and have extraordinary rest. Thank you. Okay? That's it. But I'm extraordinary. And I share that because oftentimes, especially a lot of the airlines are hiring now, I hear a lot of, I can't make it, I can't pay my bills. You got to figure it out. It's not about complaining, it's about figuring it out. You may have to cut out some things. You may have to be more creative because that is what it takes to be extraordinary. To be extraordinary doesn't mean you complain. It means you find the solutions because you just make it work. You say, yeah, I can do it. I can do it. On layovers, I would go work out. I would go walk around. I would be out. I would meet other people. So they would say, hey, Hope, when you come back, give me a call. I'll give you a place to stay or I'll put you in contact. You make it work because you're extraordinary. So I'm sharing all of these things to say it's going to take something in you to become curious to what you can make work for you. It's going to take something in you to say, well, what's the other option? If the other option is me moving back home or moving back into my parents' home or going back to starting point A, I'm not doing that. So I got to develop into the best version of me to make this work. That's it. I'm extraordinary. I'm extraordinary. And I'll share this with you. Take these affirmations and say them every day. I'm extraordinary. I am the best. I am the one. I am chosen because I choose me. I am a winner, baby. Why not me? Why not me? And during the course of me flying, I started developing my extraordinary abilities because I was always with myself. And most of you never want to take the time to be with yourself, to be alone, to be uncomfortable in your own space, to confront old behaviors and thoughts and actions that no longer serve you. I had to break out of old patterns. I had to break out of really what I was taught because it doesn't serve me. I got to develop into who I am. And that's uncomfortable, but it's worth it. Because when you want to become extraordinary, that means going through the difficult part of stripping away parts of yourself to bloom into the person that you were born to be. And this is constant. This isn't something that happens once. This is a constant act of redeveloping. This is a constant act of relearning, unlearning, learning, choosing you. Sometimes crying, sometimes being angry, sometimes saying, you know what, this no longer works for me. Because that's what it's going to take. I do hard easy. And I say that because often individuals will say, oh, well, that's hard. I don't care. Go that way. I don't want to do what's easy. What's easy is being a size that I'm not going to be. So I would get up at 4:30 or 5 in the morning on a layover and run 5 miles. Because then, first of all, my brain is sharp. Body is always going to be on point, okay? It's always going to look great. Great. That's another thing. When you look great and you feel great, oh, it changes everything. And it's also the best now. It's also really nice for someone to say, your body is incredible. I know. And you're welcome. Now, that's a few gifted people that will be able to experience that. But baby, listen, it is incredible. It is incredible. It is incredible. And I purposely put myself in that position because there's certain things I'm not going to do. There's certain things I'm not going to eat. Your physical well-being is what makes you extraordinary. Now, I no longer consume any alcohol. I'm completely sober on all fronts. Nash, what's up? What's up? What's up? However, that's because I've danced on the best bars. I've had the best vintages, the best champagnes. Y'all ain't never been in this life, okay? I've been in the best parties, the best private events in the world, all over the world. I have. And I've done it enough to say, okay, this no longer serves me. This doesn't serve me. If I'm continuing to be extraordinary, a night out drinking doesn't serve me because I get up the next day and I don't feel my best and it takes me out for like 3 or 4 days. It doesn't serve me. I'm not saying that I did not enjoy that time in the streets drinking. I do. I did. It just doesn't serve me anymore. And I'm committed to living a full, healthy life now. Now. Some people know me when I was Hope Champagne. Some people know me when I was dancing on bars and moonwalking in bars and being carried out of these exclusive events because my thought was, why have 1 bottle of champagne if you could have 6? Yeah, 6 bottles of champagne. So I say that because I just got to a point where it no longer was serving me or fun. And I share that because our health is our wealth. Our health makes you extraordinary. My teeth, going to the dentist twice a year, flossing, scraping my tongue, investing in a Sonicare, investing in brushing my teeth 2-3 times a day, sometimes more. When I was a flight attendant, I was always brushing. Here's the other thing. You have a beautiful smile, you're already at the front of the line. Because if you're a snaggletooth, that kind of is going to be distracting. But I say that also because prior to me going into flying, I was in school, going to school for psychology. I was a makeup artist, and then I left from being a makeup artist in the department store, but I was exceptional at what I did. So makeup companies came to me, Lancome, Chanel, NARS, to actually be an artist within the company. And that was great. And I got to travel throughout the state of California to the different department stores and do makeup and do sales because I could do both. I do makeup well, and I could also sell the product. Now, I got to a point where I said, okay, am I going to continue to pursue this and take this to the top and become regional or national makeup artist or international makeup artist, or do I want to go in another direction? And I share that because to be extraordinary is to check in. It was great. even at that age, I was making an incredible amount of money, and I was able to plan my hours, and I was able to travel, and I was able to have all this wonderful skincare and cosmetics. But I had to ask myself, am I going to continue to pursue this? Is this what I want? Do I want to pour my life and energy into this? Because I'm extraordinary, and whatever I do, I will be extraordinary at it. But if I don't want to pour into it, don't do it. Don't do it. Just recalibrate and figure out what you want to do. And what I decided was, yeah, I'm not going to do this, but I do want to travel and eventually be international. However, I don't want to just go somewhere and struggle. I don't want to just go somewhere, and especially within the US, not have benefits, not being able to go to the dentist, not being able to go and get my regular doctor's checkups. And this is within the US specifically. Everywhere else in the world does not have to think about this. I want to be able to have whatever retirement plan. I already had my long-term savings accounts and high-yield savings accounts and things of this nature because my dad was in finance. I had already figured that out, but it was important for me to be able to say, yo, I can go to the dentist, I can go to the doctor. I don't want to just be hustling, and if I have a toothache, can't go to the dentist. I had to actively think about what I wanted. And I share that to say, when you're extraordinary, you know what you want. And you know what you want by just asking. So I was actually fired from one of the companies because I had shared this story, but I will go into it maybe on the podcast. I took too long of a break. So I would advise not to take a 2.5-hour lunch. Even if you're planning out your day and planning your hours, it's not advisable. What I learned is taking a 2.5-hour lunch usually does not lead to gainful employment. Okay, that's what I learned. So I had, I believe I was working at my father's office, but I knew I wanted to travel and help people. I would always say that. When people would say, what do you want to do? Travel and help people, travel and help people, and have benefits. I didn't know that would come in the way of becoming a flight attendant because that hit all the corners. I was helping people, I was traveling, I had benefits, I could go to the doctor, I could go to the dentist, I could relocate, I had it all. And I also share that because on my TikTok live, someone had spoken about manifesting. And for me, it's about knowing what you want and really that law of assumption. I'm extraordinary, so I know it will happen. I just assume it will happen. I just assume I will be doing something where I'm traveling, I'm helping people, and I have my benefits. It came in the package of being a flight attendant. I actually didn't care about the package. It was more so of calling in and assuming I would have those things that I knew that I wanted, which is law of assumption. And for me, it's just law of hope. Just this is going to work. And so as I'm sharing these stories, I'm sharing how these things exist within yourself. Because if you resonate with what I'm saying, you are extraordinary yourself. And to be extraordinary is to check in. To be extraordinary is to know what you want. To be extraordinary is to assume that it will happen for you. To be extraordinary is to believe you can be something greater. Because that space of being a flight attendant brought me to this space. To me speaking to you right now. Just simply believing that I could be more, have more, do more, expand, aid with my voice. believe that I could build something that would be what I love to do. I love to do this. I am a talker. I will talk your head off. And you will love to hear me talk. You will. However, it's also the storytelling element. It's also the relatability. It's also the feeling I get. This is something that fuels me. It's a passion. So every time I step on a stage, I'm living the dream. I'm living the dream now. And when I speak about being extraordinary, oftentimes it's what you don't see. It's what you know, but it's what you don't see. What you never see is your greatness. It's not something you physically see, it's acts. It's things that you do. No one sees, when people see my, now listen, it's looking real good over here, okay? Abs is great, booty is tight, and it has the right amount of jiggle, but it's like it's cupped, it's looking great. Skin is glowing, curls are moisturized, dental health is on 10, legs are sculpted. What no one sees is me drinking water. What no one sees is me going to sleep. What no one sees is the 10 miles of the bike that I rode this morning, or the daily walks, or the stretches, or the swimming, or the dancing, or the hiking, or the things that you don't see that you just assume, well, maybe it's what she eats. It's the entire life. And it's always going to be what you don't see. Is it work? Sure, but I love it. I love clearing my mind and going for a walk, or going for a hike, or going for a run, or going for a bike ride. And I feel great. You will not see me drinking sodas and juices. Now, if I make the juice myself, because I don't like juices in bottles, it's just gross, I will actually cold press my own juice. Outside of that, water all day, baby. Water all day. When I'm fancy, which I always am, it's a sparkling water. Pellegrino, please. Right? What you won't see is me actually serving myself by saying no to what I know won't serve me. That's what it's going to take to be extraordinary. And it's you. It's always been in you. That is the key element. Everything I'm saying, you already have within yourself. Everything I'm saying is the practice. For me, it's the ritual. Every day is the ritual. Life is the ritual. When I wake up and I journal, that's the start of the day. It's the ritual. When I meditate every morning, that's the ritual. When I say I am the best, I am the luckiest being in the universe, that is the ritual. When I get up and I look in the mirror as soon as I get out of bed and say, today's a great day, today's the best day of my life, I love you, I love myself, this is great. That is the ritual. It's not the diet, it's not the miracle pill, it's you, it's what you tell to yourself, it's how you fortify yourself, it's what you give yourself, it's how you look back on your journey and say, wow, I did it. Let me look back. It's not about comparing. I'm not comparing anyone, because you can't do what I do as great as I do it, as easily as I do it. And I mean that. If you saw everything behind the scenes, you would probably say, whoa. But you're doing it. Just give yourself the accolades of your own accomplishment. To be extraordinary is to be extra. I don't want to be ordinary. I don't want to be normal. I don't want to be mundane. I don't want to be run of the mill. I'm extra. Extraordinary. Extraordinary. What you have taken from this is the extraordinary self that is you. It will take more of you to bring out that extraordinary space within yourself. And guess what? It's worth it. It's worth it. It's always been worth it. It's worth it when you have that glow. It's worth it when you have that good energy. It's worth it when you can comfort yourself in the low times. When I'm sharing about the journaling and the mirror work and saying these great things to myself and the meditations, it's to prime myself for the low times. It's to prime myself for when someone passes away or when things may not work out how I see them. I can say, well, yeah, I know I have the tools. I can journal about this. I can meditate. I don't fall apart. I fall together. That's what it takes to be extraordinary. Take these affirmations. I will close this with these affirmations. These 10 affirmations, start saying them today. Start journaling them. Start slow down, Ho. Repetitively say these things to yourself and believe it. Maybe it will come up in your body where you don't believe that this is you. It is. The first thing is, I am the best. And say it with a smile. Feel it. I am the best. I am the best. I am the best. I am the best. Like it starts to gain a cadence. I am the best. 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 Then you'll go on to the second one. I am chosen because I choose me. I am chosen because I choose me. I am chosen because I choose me. I'm not chosen because I'm waiting for you to choose me or him to choose me or him to call me or them to say I'm... No. I'm chosen. I chose me, baby. I choose me. I am chosen because I choose me. I am the favorite. I am my favorite. I know I'm the favorite. I've always been the favorite. I am the favorite. I am the favorite. We'll go on to the next affirmation. I feel incredibly good. Not just I feel good, I feel incredibly good. I feel incredibly healthy. I feel incredibly inspired. I feel incredibly flexible. I feel incredibly strong. I feel incredible. 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 And keep saying it to embody it. Then here's my favorite. I'm incredibly beautiful. I am incredibly beautiful. I'm incredibly beautiful. I'm incredibly beautiful. I'm incredibly beautiful. I'm incredibly beautiful. Now, it could be I am beautiful, but putting that I'm incredibly, it gives it that oomph. That's what we want. I'm incredibly beautiful. I am the luckiest person in the world. I am the luckiest being in the universe. I am lucky. I am so lucky. I feel lucky. I see lucky. I am 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 love. I am loved. I am loving. I am a lover. I am receiving love. I see love. I give love. I feel love. I am love. I am loved. Say that to yourself. Now, here's the next one. So I love this one. I'm incredibly powerful. I'm incredibly powerful. I'm incredibly powerful. I am 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 incredibly powerful. I am pure magic. I am pure magic, baby. I am pure magic. I am pure magic. I am magical. I see magic. I feel magic. I am magical. I am worthy. 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 And that can be a tough one. I am worthy. I am worthy. And finally, these 3 phrases. I am safe. I am secure. I am confident. I am safe. I am secure. I am confident. I am safe. I am secure. I am confident. I am safe. I am secure. I am confident. I am safe. I am secure. I am confident. And you're extraordinary. Continue to be extraordinary. Run this back and say these affirmations and see how you feel. And continue to be extraordinary because that's what you were born to be. I am hope. Hope is speaking. I feel great. And continue to be the hope for what you were born to be. And I will continue to speak life into you, speak hope into you, and be here to inspire you to feel the best that you are. You're not detached from anything. You're already the greatest. You already have everything you need. There's no one you need. There's no information. It's within you. It's within you now. This feels great. I will see you in the next video, and thank you for being a part of this first in-studio recording. Isn't this great? This is so great. Okay. I'll see you. Bye. Okay, now I don't know what to... I think, like... I don't... Okay, hold on, guys. So I will need a run through.
Okay.
Okay, so it's still recording now. I just didn't know, I didn't want to like turn it off because...
Got it. Let's do stop. Now we're done.
Okay.
Okay, they were ISO recording. They were recording to this SSD.
Okay.
Perfect. I see. And then we had the video play. We had this as a backdrop.
Yeah, well, that's streaming or I just mirrored that from my computer.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. So for turning this off, it's actually pretty relatively easy.
Okay.
So you have your mic on.
Yeah.
We'll just turn this off.
Okay.
Let's see. Light set up.
Okay.
Perfect. Turned up perfect. CMAC 5.
Okay.
Alright. And then I will make a copy. Do you have like an SD card or anything that you want us to back up your footage to? So we have the footage on here.
Okay. All right. So tell me what's ideal, cuz I thought I could just like put it onto my computer, but it sounds like I would need something a bit more.
Just for CMAC, we request that members like who do like recordings,
Yeah.
or work on the project to submit a video review. So
Okay.
since you already did the recording, we have actually the footage on here saved.
Okay.
We could just pretty much, I guess if you don't want to edit, I guess we'll just ask if you want to edit it or do any cuts.
I do want to. Okay, so
So what we can do, since we have the footage backed up here,
Yeah.
I could save it onto your laptop.
okay.
They give you that data, and so you can finish editing it, and then we'll turn in a request form
Okay.
via our website, and you
Okay.
can upload it when you're ready.
Yeah, and I'll probably come in early tomorrow to, I think, go to the editing bay, because I can edit it on my computer, but
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is that easier for you to just do it on your on the edit bay?
I think so, because you have more of the programs.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, we can just CMAC 2. We can just keep it. I think on the drive it should be safe. I will double check, but we can just have you use this drive that has your video files in it.
Okay.
So that
Okay.
would save you actually having to download it or moving the files over.
Okay. Excellent.
Good to go.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, because
these
that's
are-
my laptop.
Yes, this is your laptop.
Yeah, and the
this is
charger.
our pros that we need to charge up. This is going to the front,
Okay.
and this is your charger.
Yes.
Yes. Perfect.
What do you guys think? Was it great? Everyone, let's see. I'm trying to look
And
here.
then
Thank you.
perfect. Yeah, okay. I like how they did this. They turned the camera towards you.
Yeah, so I could
So
see.
you can see how it looks
Yeah,
right, on your end? 'Cause
yeah.
usually this would be facing this way.
Exact. I moved the chair around and everything. Let me move all of this back.
Alright. Actually, it's so funny that we had a complete, when you came in, it was a completely different setup, yeah?
Yeah. The two chair. Yeah. This was so much.
Okay, well, I'm glad that we were able to be more versatile with this setup.
Yeah,
I think
thank
we
you.
might keep it like this.
I mean,
Kinda
it's
like-
helpful because then if
do
you're
kinda like
recording, yeah, you can see exactly what's going on.
Yeah, I do really like this.
So with that, can I rent where the footage, this thing that the footage is on?
Oh, you want like to make a reservation? Sadly, we have to keep that here in our
Okay.
facilities.
Okay, so I just want to ensure that the recording will be there when
Oh.
I come back.
I'll back it up. We have a virtual parking garage that I can back the files back up to.
Excellent.
So I'll back it up, and I'll also leave your footage there for you.
Okay.
So I'll do both.
Okay. So
But
I can
if you- yeah, but if you want, I can also back it up to your Mac.
computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No problem.
Okay, so I'll do both because I could.
It doesn't hurt to have more. Or
Yeah.
less the same.
Yeah. Let me help you out.
All right. I see.
I'm going to move this chair back.
Charging this. Got it. I see. Cool. Here, that's this lights, this. Hit this to shut everything else off here,
Okay.
and then we just turn these off.
Okay.
We just set this up yesterday.
Yeah, that's great. Well, you did a great job.
I can't take that credit. It was like the production team.
Okay.
But we had like Kyle and Shoju. They're kind of, this is their brainchild.
Okay.
So a lot of people had thoughts and helped kind of put this together.
Yeah.
And it seems so far, there's been 2 people who've used this. You're the second.
Oh,
Everyone seems to
wow.
really enjoy it.
Okay, yeah. And I have it booked again tomorrow, so.
Oh, really? Perfect.
Yeah. I had this surge of like, yeah, we gotta step this YouTube up and down. Let's just book, and have a more professional look.
Perfect. Okay, so everything's turned off.
Yeah.
It's pretty much. This switch turns everything else. So this switch here turns everything on and off here.
Okay.
So this switch is kind of the switch for everything on the table.
Okay.
Each of these cameras, there's a power button on the side to turn them on and off.
Okay.
And then the lights just right here.
Boom,
That's
boom.
it. That's
Yeah.
it. We're done.
Okay. Okay.
And
Okay.
we're pretty much done.
All right.
I think that you're exiting the podcast.
Okay.
I'll walk you through that.
Thank you. Okay. Podcast time.
Okay, so I suppose, do you have SD cards with you?
I will tomorrow because I'm coming back
You might
to it.
need to grab some SD cards
Okay.
downstairs.
Okay.
I mean, they kind of left everything on, so
Okay.
we have the capacity. All right, we need to grab some SD cards. So
Okay. All right. Should I just?
Feel free to set up. I'll grab the SD cards.
Okay.
And we'll walk through it real quick.
All right. Thank you. Okay. So I also, as you see, secured the podcast room because why not? If I'm already here recording, I might as well continue to record. See, these lights are so much better. This is the lighting that I prefer. This is great lighting. So that's what we're going to do now. And thank you for getting the likes up over 10,000. I'm just looking at some of the comments. I'm at church now. That's right, extraordinary. So, yes, you are, young lady. Yeah, I'll do this again tomorrow. Actually, I'll be here like daily because you gotta take it up a notch. And now it's time to like really be on it. And that's what I'm about. I'm about like, if you're gonna do it, do it. And also, if you're creating content, find a way to create. As I said, I'm at like a community media center. So they have all of the equipment. Now I'm in the podcast room. So there's everything that is necessary, and lighting and cameras. And so I will just continue to talk and record. I mean, I have it from 6 to 7. It's 6:08. So I'll probably do like a 30-minute thing. But when I jump in, and it's time to go. And I have an idea of what I want to speak about. However, that could always change.
Okay.
All right.
So
Okay.
this is our camera.
Excellent.
This is what's gonna be giving us a visual.
Okay.
We take an SD card, stick it in here.
Okay.
Let's see.
Oh, and then I can see
Yeah,
the feedback.
then you'll be able to see how it looks. Alright. Here's our SD card.
Okay.
We can also record on here. So what's
Okay.
happening is the audio is being captured on here and it's transmitted to the to this camera.
Excellent. I think I can focus in and change that camera, can I?
Yes.
Okay.
Good. Zoom in.
Zoom in, yes.
Alright.
Where
Do you
you
just want
go?
it really focused on here?
Yeah, I want to focus on me.
Alright.
Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's perfect.
It's good?
Yeah. I may actually, there we go.
Do
Just,
you want to go more back or do you want to more
no,
close? Yeah.
bring it, stop there, and then angle it a little towards you.
Yeah.
Towards you.
towards me anymore.
Oh,
Or-
okay,
or
no,
this
away
way,
from
away
you.
from me.
Away from you. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, that's good.
Okay. All right, and then all we gotta do is make sure this is mic 1, 2, 3. All right, let's check our audio. Make sure you're okay.
Okay, should I be on this mic or?
I can set you up, and then you can use the mic, or you can learn with me.
Yeah, how do I?
So I'll have you sit here.
Okay,
So we're gonna tune that mic.
okay,
So I'll have you sit here,
okay,
and then I'll sit here.
okay.
This is where you're gonna
Live
sit.
stream.
Oh, you're live streaming?
Yeah.
So we're gonna learn together.
Okay,
Okay, so this is called the Zoom L12.
Zoom L12.
Yes, this is Zoom L12.
Okay.
The switch for it's on the back. It's already turned on for us. I
Okay.
ask you to put on this pair of headphones.
Yes. Okay.
So currently, we're going to be recording on mic 2, which is what you're focused on.
Yes.
You guys control, this is mic 1.
Okay.
So we can hear you pretty well,
Yeah,
but you
I
can't
can
hear
hear
me.
myself.
So this controls my mic audio.
Okay.
So we want to make everything at neutral, which is at 0.
Yeah.
And then we can adjust the gains on these knobs. So this
Okay.
is your gain,
Okay.
and this is mine. So if I turn this all the way up, then the audio goes up.
Okay. Yeah, I hear.
And then, so depending on the person, yourself, we wear the mics just pretty much as a sound test.
Yeah, I can hear that perfectly.
So I say I like to keep it kind of at chest. Pretty
Yes.
close.
Okay, and if it's just me, because it's
Mhm.
going to be just me today, do I turn this one off?
Yes. So since we're not using mic 1, you
Yeah.
just pretty much
Turn
it
it
to
all
0.
the way down. Okay.
And then when we want to start recording, we want to make sure to select.
Okay. So select.
Yeah. I mean, let's see. We actually need to format this real quick.
Okay.
So that's formatted. When we're ready to record, we're just gonna hit that. We'll link Brian up. Let's see. Menu. That means this is an active mic that's ready to start recording.
Okay.
So all we need to do is remember these knobs control our gain.
Yeah.
These 2 knobs over here control the audio to our mics.
Okay.
So if that's something you want to adjust, you can
Yeah.
do that.
Okay.
And when we're ready, we're going to hit record on our camera,
Okay.
which is a little red button.
Okay.
And then when we're ready to record, we also want to hit record on here. So which is going to be record,
Okay.
play. So hit record and then play. That will start the recording. And
Okay.
when we're ready to stop,
Stop.
hit stop.
Okay.
That's
That's
pretty much the
very
gist of it.
easy.
Very
Oh,
much the
I
gist of
love
it.
it.
So I formatted that. That should be ready to go.
Okay.
Let me format this card.
That's great. Thank
You will
you.
be ready to go too. Let's see real quick. So that's ready. Let me just do one more check with you
Okay.
on your audio levels here. So Rand, you had to do that. Oh, sorry.
That's
in
all
case
right.
you ever need to do it
Yeah.
by yourself. Ooh.
Oh, I'll find a
Oh,
way
yeah.
to.
And then let me adjust your audio
Okay.
again, however you're gonna fire into the mic.
Okay.
Adjust your
Beautifully. And this lighting is so much better than the other one. Like those lights are needed in the studio, the Express studio.
No doubt, we were gonna. It's just temporary. We're probably gonna make changes to the lighting.
Okay.
So,
You gotta have great lighting.
okay. Do you like how you sound?
I love how it sounds.
All right. Okay, so I'll hit the recording for you.
Okay.
So record, play. So This is now recording, and then I'll hit the record on here. Same thing, it's just a little red button. When you're done,
Got it.
I can hit it. So
Oh, I
record.
see, it's recording. Thank you.
Of course, so you're live.
Okay, and we are live. Hope is Speaking podcast, the official first podcast. This eclipse brought in some moving energy, movement. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And it also brought a message that I hear so much of I don't know. And I hear this because I was listening to someone's conversation and they said, you know, when I don't know and I pray and I say I don't know, and I thought, why are you constantly saying you don't know? Because we do. I strongly believe that we have these answers, and if we thought of the saying of I do know, I have the answer, reveal the answer, I'm open to the answer instead of I don't know, because we do. And that's because everything that we ever need, we already have. We already have. And this is coming from someone who's experimented and done quite a few things. And what I have found is I have the answers. I always have the answers. And the answers are often concealed in what's called the failure. And the failure is the lesson. So the title of this podcast is The Failure is the Lesson. And even changing that thought of this is a failure, I don't want to fail, I'm afraid of failing. What you're really saying is I'm afraid of learning a lesson. Because as someone who has a lot of lessons, the beauty is the wisdom that you gain. And that's what it is. It's always the wisdom that you gain. But if the feeling is, number one, I don't know. Secondly, I don't know how to not fail. And I don't want to fail. You're not understanding the greatness that you are. Because you do know. And now if there's any time where I am in a situation where the solution is coming to me, I just say I know and the solution is mine. Instead of saying I don't know, I say the opposite. I know and the solution is mine. I'm open to the solution. I'm receiving the solution. Because the thought of I don't know, I'm afraid of failure, which is I'm afraid of the lesson, and I'm afraid that it will be so uncomfortable that I'm just going to conk out. That's really the thought. Like, you won't. Life always continues. You do know. It's the lesson. It's never a failure because the lesson is in the learning. The lesson is in what I have gained. The lesson is in how I've received, how I've changed, how I've morphed into what I am now. Because every day, every hour, you are changing. There's never a day where you're just the same. And that's beautiful. Allow yourself to change. Allow yourself to learn the lesson. If you want to call it a failure, allow yourself to fail. I don't look at failure as negatively because there's nothing that I'll fail at. There's lessons that I've learned, and once I've learned something, I now have the knowledge where this won't happen again, and I may be able to help someone else because I'm a wealth of resources, because I'm always trying and learning lessons. And that's beautiful. But how often have you said, I'm afraid because I don't know. Well, first of all, what is there to be afraid of? Ask yourself, what am I afraid of? Well, I'm afraid that I'll fail. Okay, you won't. So let's get that out of you. You're not going to fail. What else are you afraid of? I'm afraid to try. Okay, why? Well, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. In the trying, you'll learn what to do. So we can get that out of here. So what are you afraid of? Well, I'm afraid that I'll look silly or embarrassed. Okay, that's your projection of how you feel others are seeing you. So that doesn't mean anything. So if you're afraid, okay, sure. Let's say you are afraid. Be afraid and do it anyhow. If you're afraid because you don't know, you will learn in doing. So we can get that out of it. When you're afraid because you don't want to look stupid or embarrassed or be seen trying, that is really your projection of how you feel others seeing you. Here's the thing. No one cares. My dad would say, no one cares about you except for me and your mother. We love you. Now, that is slightly toxic, but it is the truth. People may concentrate on what you're doing for a couple of minutes, but then they go back to, what am I eating for dinner? Is this person going to call me? Am I going to pay this bill? No one cares. That is a beautiful realization. So if you know no one cares, care about yourself enough to accomplish. Because when you stay in that space of, I'm afraid, I don't want to try, I don't know, you just have no movement. And life is movement. To move, to change, to learn, to grow is the essence of life. And that is the point, to learn, to move, to change, to grow. So you do know. And you'll learn in doing, and no one cares. So now let's take it to something bigger. And as I was at a friend of my sister's pop-up, she is now in the culinary arts, and she was doing a pop-up for her new business endeavor. I was sitting outside of the kitchen that they were using for her to prepare her culinary delights. And there was two young ladies, maybe they were about 14, 16, and they were just in love with me, as you are. They were like, I love your dress. I said, thank you. I love your hair. Thank you. I love your nails. Thank you. I love your sandals. Thank you. Of course you would. And as I began speaking to these young ladies, one was a sophomore and one was a junior, and she was telling me about school, and I said, okay, what is your dream? What is the dream? She said, I don't know what you mean. I said, what is the dream? She said, well, the dream is to be a nurse. I said, okay. What is the dream when you can do anything? She said, Hope, I'm not sure. I've never thought of that. I said, think of that. Because that will open the door for the rest of your life. And often it's just thought of, what can I do now to make me something that will feed me and house me? No. That will get to a point where you may just say, is there more? Is there more to this life than me clocking into this job that I actually don't like, that I decided to do 20 years ago, that I actually didn't want to do, but I did not have the courage to do what I dreamed of or what I aspired of or something that I really liked. And the woman, her friend who was next to her, I said, what's your dream? She said, my dream is to become a doctor. I said, okay, so when you become a doctor, how's that going to feel? She said, that's going to feel great. And we began talking. And as we were talking, she said, well, it'll be 12 years of school, and I said, well, here's the thing. You're saying that prior to actually starting. So once you complete, you will be able to say, wow, I did it. And with every year, you look back and say, I completed this year, and this was hard, and I wanted to give up, and look what I learned, and look how I grew, and wow, I'm doing it, and I'm halfway there, and now it's complete. That, when we look at it from before we start, it's never the same as when we're in it or when we complete it. And after completion, what you put into it and the years that you put into it actually don't matter. But it will take actually saying, I'm going to do this to start the process, because the person standing next to her said, I would never do that. It was 12 years and it's too long. Well, you're looking at the road to the dream. And as someone who has accomplished dreams, the road is the most important part. And I share this because when I gave my TED Talk, which I'm always accomplishing dreams and things that are noteworthy for me. However, that for me, coming into the speaking world, becoming the #1 speaker on the planet, loving what I do, loving, encouraging, and storytelling, and traveling the world and being paid to be and do exactly what I want, that was a notable accomplishment. And the accomplishment is somewhat fleeting because the TED Talk itself was 8 minutes. However, what it took to complete it, what it took to feel confident and pump myself up, what it took was actually pivotal. And it was Gandhi that said the road is the dream. The path is the dream. Okay, I messed up on that quote. It's essentially saying that what it takes to accomplish is the notable part. And for myself, it was about cruising past that doubt, cruising past the self-defeating behaviors, speaking to myself as the speaker I am, not as the speaker that is trying. Because I remember when I was invited to speak on the TED stage, someone close to me called me and said, Hope, everyone is a doctor or a PhD in this or something. They have all these notable initials after their name and you don't. And for a minute I thought, why would they say that? And then I said, no, I have those initials. It's called HOPE. My name is enough. I was invited because I'm good enough. And often when people share these things, it's their insecurity speaking. That's not my insecurity. That's your insecurity of you not feeling enough because the lack of the PhD or the lack of whatever. That has nothing to do with me. And pay attention, because individuals will always reveal how they feel about themselves, and more so, their limitations. Don't speak your limitations onto me. I'm great. I'm able to do all things. I'm limitless. That is what I do, and I do it well. And I know that. So when individuals speak their limitations, it doesn't mean anything to me, because I know that's what you feel. It has nothing to do with me. And it did take all of who I was to become who I birthed myself into onto that TED stage. And so on the TED stage, on the way there, and the TED organization is stringent about their rules. They're stringent about their platform, because it's one of the largest platforms for ideas and for speakers, and rightfully so. They are making sure that whoever comes onto this platform shares information that's worthy of sharing, that's uplifting, that aids to life in some way and does not do the opposite. So there's fact checking and there's a list of rules. Now for myself, I am an extemporaneous speaker. Someone said I'm a channel, so I'll take that too. I storytell. I just feel that there's something else that's working with me when I speak, and it is a gift, and I love it. I love to talk. However, I had to come into the space where I said, yeah, it's enough. You are enough. Because I had an idea of what I wanted to say. And I really just started with hope. This is the largest stage that you are stepping on in your speaking career. What needs to be shared? And I meditate and I journal and I allow the words to come to me. But then there's that self-defeating behavior of, yeah, but are you good enough? Will it be good enough? Don't be embarrassed. Don't embarrass yourself. People are, all of those things, which doesn't mean anything. And so I started to write. I started to write ideas. And I started to write really that cookie cutter ABC speech. Here's an opening and a transition and point 1 and point 2 and point 3 and closing and conclusion. And it's boring, it's whack. Some speakers, just like teachers, there's those teachers that you had where you loved going to that class. You may not even have loved the information. However, you just loved the class because of how the teacher was engaging and how they included you or how they spoke. There was something about how they delivered the information that brought you in. Then there's the teachers that put you to sleep or you just didn't want to be there because they didn't want to be there either. And you knew they didn't want to be there. You knew every day. They wish they weren't there. And that's what it takes, especially as a speaker. So for me to write a speech and try to memorize, it's like, it sounds memorized. Like there's points that I know I will hit. There's things that I know that I will transition into, but also this is a skill. I've been practicing my entire life, and I also speak daily, so I know. And I trust it. But this was that lesson where I had to trust my skill of speaking. I had to trust myself. And it was a battle because it's going within the rules and there were people that we would check in with and that we would give our speeches to. Now, one of the people, again, this was in Germany. I'm based out of the US currently. And so there was times where I would check in and give a speech with my advisor or someone who was just seeing my progress. And this person knew me as a speaker through Toastmasters. And he was always impressed and loves my voice as a speaker. So I remember speaking to someone else who was also in Toastmasters, and I gave the words that I was going to share. Now, as I said, I'm an extemporaneous speaker. So I know my points, I know what I want the crowd to feel, I know what I want them to leave with, I know certain points, but I don't write it out, as I said. And so I shared this with the person, and we were on a Zoom. They were in Germany, I was in the US, and I shared it with them, and they said it was great, but the organization would like figures and facts and references, which you didn't have. So go back to the drawing board and include those things. And I thought, okay. So I came off of that Zoom call, and I went on, scoured the internet, and completely wrote a different speech that followed the criteria of what the person asked for. However, it was like boring and it was full of facts and it sounded like a research paper. But I thought, hey, this is what they requested of me, so this is what I'm going to do, and there. And so the next check-in for prior to me leaving to Germany to give this speech, I gave it to another person who was in a Toastmasters group with me. And I read it almost verbatim from the paper with all the facts and the figures. And they kind of gave me a look as I was saying it, like, okay. So after I was complete, they said, okay, Hope, how long did you think that was? I was like, well, I timed it at like 14 minutes. He said, I turned the timer off at 20 minutes. Turn the timer off at 20 minutes? And I kept going. It was like 30 minutes. He said, what happened? He said, I don't know what you mean. What do you mean what happened? He said, I've heard you speak. That was nothing like anything that you actually speak about. Like, you usually wow the crowd. What was that? I said, well, I gave the speech to another advisor and they told me to change it. They told me to increase the facts and the figures and all of these key points. He was like, Hope, you're a motivational speaker. Motivate. That's what you do. You motivate. You bring the energy up. You bring life to people. You bring this energy. That's what we want. What I heard is not you. You have to be you. And this is in 3 days. You have to understand, this was 3 days prior to me stepping on this TEDx stage. And I took that information like, what in the world am I going to do? Because now it's like I'm feeling conflicted because I have really the biggest stage of my professional speaking career that I'm stepping onto in 72 hours. I've just been told that what I've prepared is like basura. They didn't say that, but essentially it was. But what he said was, I want to hear you. I need to hear you. You motivate. And that's what I'm talking about as far as trusting and not listening to those voices that want to keep you in a box or that want to tell you you're not good enough or that choose to say you're not prepared, you're not good enough, you're not ready, you're not worthy, this isn't for you. You like the self-defeating behaviors, the self-defeating thoughts, the conflicting thoughts that tell you you aren't as great as you think that you are. Yes, I am. And it was at that time that I had to really go within myself and say, okay, I am a motivational speaker. I do motivate. This is what I'm born to do. And now I have to trust myself. And as I was on the flight to Frankfurt, I remember having this thought of just, this is easy. You're overthinking this. All you need to do is get up on the stage and speak. That's what you were born to do. You're concentrating too hard on this. This is very easy. And I arrived and I went to my hotel and I called another dear speaker friend of mine, distinguished Toastmaster Tracy Baker, based out of Ohio. And I said, Tracy, listen, I'm giving this TED Talk. I wrote this boring ass speech with figures and facts, and it doesn't sound like me, but I know this is what the organization wants, and so I don't know what the F to do right now. And he said, Hope, you got to decide why you came. You got to decide, because they want you for you. They did not just ask you to make up something. Now, you can go up there and read that boring ass speech. You can go and do that. Or you can be the hope that I know. Or you can be the hope that inspires. Or you can be the hope that brings the energy up and makes people laugh and story tells and just illuminates like the light you are. But you're going to have to decide which way you are choosing. Choose ye who ye shall serve. Are you serving yourself, or are you serving something outside yourself? What are you doing? I was actually crying. I was like, okay, I guess I will trust myself. I'll have to. And it was in that moment where I went deep and said, why wouldn't you trust yourself? Why wouldn't you trust yourself? You're going to trust something outside of you? Where does that get you to? You aren't going to trust the greatness and the goodness and the light that you are? You're going to put that outside of yourself? How does that feel now? And I share that because so often we believe that it's not within us. It's the institution that gives us our greatness. It's the person. It's the relationship. It's the accolades. It's the money. It's the makeup. It's the car. No. All of that is great. Don't get me wrong. I love it all. Okay? I am not one to say I don't want all of that. But it's within. And it's learning to trust what's within. And it's learning to know that what's within is incredibly powerful. It's your guiding light. It's why you were born. It's you, which is what I said in my TED Talk. It's you. And in that moment, I chose to trust me. I chose to say, I have what it takes. Of course I have what it takes. Why wouldn't I have what it takes? And you do too. But you have consistently told yourself, I don't have what it takes. I'm great because I have the relationship. I'm great when I have the relationship. But if I'm not in it, if that person doesn't choose me, it's because I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not enough. I'm not good enough for them. And if I'm not good enough for them, I'm not even good enough. No, you are. You are. You got to understand that without anything, you are enough. I am enough. It took that for me to step onto that stage and just open my mouth and speak and feel and allow and inspire and know I have what it takes. I was born to do this. I actually don't need to do much of that preparation. Like I'm good. I can feel it. And I learned to trust myself in that moment. Because there was so much of me that was just trying to get it perfect, just trying to put it into a box for the organization. And we're limitless. I'm limitless. The organization is me, is Hope. Share. I came to be me. I came to inspire. I came to illuminate. Hope is the light that leads the path. Hope is what keeps you going. I hope I can. No, you keep going. And so when I stepped onto that stage, barefoot, by the way, because I like to feel the ground. I definitely have to ground myself. And also I said if I didn't find the right shoes, I was going to go barefoot. And it was the best thing I've ever done. However, when I stepped onto the stage, it was the feeling of ease. It was the feeling of ease because I did it. And that's what it takes. It takes easy. This is easy. Life is actually very easy. We make it hard by believing I have to do this, I have to know this, you'll figure it out. Go, you'll figure it out. You have everything you need. Now, it will take you believing. The moral of the story is, I had to say, hope I believe in you. Hope I trust you. Hope you're enough. Hope you are what it takes. Hope you flew to Germany to give a TED Talk. Go, speak, be alive, be you. But it took me being encountered with everything that was saying, it's not enough, it's not good enough, do it this way, do it that way. Nah, I'm doing it my way. Because I believe in me. I trust me. I trust what I am. I trust who I am. I trust that I'm enough. I trust that I have everything I need in this moment. I trust that when this is heard, it inspires. And more so, I inspired myself. So when I speak about the dream and the path to the dream, it will take you developing your trust. The trust in the unseen force that is you. Because nothing else comes out of trust. What relationship ever survives without trust? What survives without trust? To go forward and trust yourself is a journey. However, it's always the journey that pours back into you. And so the moral of the story is I learned to trust on the TED stage and believe that what I have is enough. What I have is enough. And what you have is enough. Trust that what you have is enough. Trust you were born with all the tools you need. Trust that in everything you do, what's up, T-Rex? You are blessed, guided, protected, and connected to everything that came before you. Trust that. Because if you don't, how does that make it easier? Why would you not trust in yourself? Ask yourself that. Why would it serve me to not trust me? I want you to ask yourself that. Sit with that. Pray with it. Meditate. The moral is to trust. Because when you trust, it's like, it's just easy. I just go for it. As I said, life is a lot easier. When you just trust and go, everything will get figured out, really. It will get figured out. And you are figuring it out. When you trust. That's all you need, is to trust yourself. So trust yourself today. Start today. And begin to believe in you. The beauty that is you. The beauty in your voice. The beauty in how you walk. The beauty in what you've accomplished. The beauty in what you haven't accomplished. The beauty in just the human being that you are and the unseen spirit that deserves to be here and that is necessary and needed. Believe in you. Trust yourself. It feels good to trust yourself. Like, I trust myself. I'm going down the right path in every way. Like, I do. I believe that. I trust it. I went on a hike with my sister and she said, well, I've never gone this way. Which way should we go? I said, every path is the right path. There's no wrong path where there's trap doors that are going to open and you're going to fall to your death. No, that's not going to happen. Every path is the right path. And especially if I haven't been on the trail, there's no wrong way. But in reality, that's life. There is no wrong way. You're going to learn something. I don't even think about it. I don't know. No, I know whatever way I'm going is the right direction. There's no way for me to mess this up. Everything is perfectly placed. I'm just open to seeing the signs and the directions and the lesson. That's it. So go forward seeing the signs, the direction, and the lesson, and trust that it's leading you to be exactly where you need to be. This is the Hope is Speaking podcast, the first of thousands. And I'm so happy you're here with me today. I'm going to end with the trusting in yourself is the beginning of the belief that you are worthy of it all. Ooh. Ooh. I like that one. Take that one with you. And share with me how this inspired you in this day. Because I got my red lipstick on. When I have my red lipstick on, oh, I mean business. I'm here to inspire. I'm here to be bright and light your life up. The curls are hydrated and popping. And I do my affirmations with my curls. I speak life into my hair and my scalp. Listen, it's looking real good over here. Okay? That's what's going to bring you in. But then what I say, oh my gosh, the beautiful face is going to keep you here. But the enlightenment and the positivity, your socks are going to get blown off, okay? I tried to tell you, this is Hope. My name is really Hope. Hope is Speaking. This concludes the first podcast, and I feel so great. I'm so inspired. This eclipse just brought in all of this transitional movement, and I love it. So I will see you next time with hope, belief, and trust. Bye-bye. Not bye to you guys. Okay, that is all. Turn this off. All right. Oh! Okay. Thank you. All that have stayed, all that have given gifts. If I give another gift, you can, let's see. Let me just share this. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Did you guys like it? Did you love it? Tell me. Tell me, what did you enjoy? Okay. I don't know what just happened. So thank you, Bizman 2. What did you enjoy? Let me know. And I was trying to say my link in bio has all my YouTube, and I will post this because this is the first podcast. If you want to donate in any way, my Cash App is there, my PayPal is there. I will be speaking. I am the closing speaker at an event next month, which I'm really excited about. Actually, in Mississippi, I just spoke in Charlotte. So you can go to my link in bio. All of my links are there. And I'm so excited. I don't know how long people have stayed on, but I've been on live for quite a while. I will be back at the same time tomorrow because I'll be recording tomorrow as well. And I may be able to edit all of this and get it up tonight. We'll see. I just feel like, you know, this inspiration needs to be heard. And why not from me? Why not from me? So this is what I do, you know, and I make it look good. And now I'm hungry. So I'm going to eat something delicious because I had shared how I rode my bike for 10 miles today with a friend of mine. I'm always doing something active because you feel good. You feel good when you're active. So I do close all of my lives. You've witnessed a lot, and I will do the same thing tomorrow. Thank you. Yes, it's Hope is Speaking, YouTube, and then the footage for the podcast will be up. And I'll put the podcast on all channels. This was the first thing, but I feel great about this. And it was about bringing it up. And even the message earlier about being extraordinary. I'm extraordinary. There's a point where I can continue to record out of my home or bring it up. You bring it up because we do big things, okay? We need to have the presentation match what you hear. And you are hearing a world-class speaker. So I close all of my lives with these 3 things. First, be the reflection of love. Thank you, Bizman, too. I sure did. Listen, I sure did. Be the reflection of love because we all come from an infinite source of love. Secondly, show up. I showed up today. I showed up. I'm going to be showing up something crazy, and it feels great. So show up for your dreams, show up for your workout, show up for your healthy eating regimen, show up for that relationship that is thriving or that is being repaired. Show up because nothing will happen until you show up. And finally, let go so you can trust that it's all working out. At times, the belief is, I need to do this, I can't do that, I don't see. It's all working out. Trust me. My dad would say it's all working out. Even if it's not working out, it's working out. Like your head's not going to explode. You will be fine. It is all working out. So thank you for following me. Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the donations. Thank you. And I will see you the same time tomorrow here. If you have any suggestions, what you would like me to speak about, thank you for the heart hands. I appreciate that, Bizman, too. If there's anything you want me to speak about on the podcast or for the YouTube channel, hit me in the DMs. Tell me how it affected you. Tell me what you liked. Tell me what you didn't like. Tell me how beautiful I am. How my red lipstick is just the most beautiful you've ever seen. You love my curls. Tell me something good, okay? And it's helpful. So that's it. Now I'm not going to talk for the rest of the day so I can gain my strength for tomorrow. So I love you. Bye.